Good afternoon. Today's March 28, and I will be interviewing Mr. Rubio.
How's it going?
Okay. My research career is a bartender.
Bartender. Okay.
Um, could I permission to
Yeah, good.
how is your subject matter related to my career interest?
Fractions, right?
Yeah.
Every time if you're gonna be a bartender, first and foremost, you're gonna be dealing with people's money all the time. Okay, that's one thing. When you're a bartender and you're mixing drinks, there's certain things that go in the drink, right? And you have to make sure that you put 3/4 of this, 1/4 of that. But you have to know, well, you know your fractions.
Yeah.
You know your fractions, and you're gonna put too much of one thing. Now, I'll tell you one thing. Not that I drink or anything, but if you mess up a person's drink, what's gonna happen? They're not gonna like it. And they're gonna say, "Oh, I don't want this." And then what do you have to do? You have to throw it away, and that's stuff that you already used. You know what I'm saying? Your boss not gonna like that because you're throwing away. That's every time you throw away something, it's that's why you got to be very careful the way you mix things, and of course, math is essential there because you're mixing stuff, handling people's money, and that's a very high pressure job. If you work in one of those bars that's full of people, you're like, people, hey, give me this, give me that, and you're just getting people's money. So you gotta be aware of that. Yeah.
How will your class prepare me for my career interest?
Well, I mean, you're learning how to. I mean, this is now depending on if we're talking about algebra 1 or algebra 2, but it's in every math class you're adding, you're subtracting, you're multiplying, you're dividing, you're using fractions, you're using percentages, you're using decimals, and that's one of the things. Like for instance, uh, if a person orders so many drinks, right, or builds a tab of let's say 100, $400, whatever, then they're supposed to tip you at least 15%. So if they if they let's say they got $100 worth of drinks, and they need it's required for them to give you 15% of what they spent, and if they give you $1, do they give you 15%?
No.
No, right? So that's why you're gonna hey what's up. So that's one of the things because that money goes to you. Now bartenders, you can make good money bartending, particularly on the weekends, but keep in mind that that's a job that relies heavily on tips, people's tips. You know how you get good tips?
Serve good.
Not only serve well, but you're attentive to them. Like if I'm over here and I'm drinking Kool Aid or something, and I have my Kool Aid here, and it's out, and I'm thirsty again, and it's out, and you're not even acknowledging me, then that's gonna affect your tip.
What makes your class unique in comparison to other classes in Los Angeles?
Just the way we implement I would say the blast model. It's a way of teaching, or it's a way of trying to engage you guys more in the learning of a subject. I mean, if you go back to maybe back 10, 15 years ago, before computers were, probably when you had like one or two computers in every classroom, I mean, you basically were just on the desk all day listening to teachers. But now it's not like that. Like you got a group working with the teacher, a group working in individual projects in the computer, and then you got another one doing some type of independent work. I think that works, especially with the way we have our 2 hour blocks, which is a long time. Um, that works here. So that's what makes us unique, and also the fact that you guys have all this technology access. You guys have all those iPads and the MacBooks, and a lot of people don't know how to use them. These MacBooks, they don't. So that's what makes the class unique.
How do you implement character education into your class?
I mean, we're in every classroom, not just me, but I think every staff member in the school tries to incorporate the character by having you guys be responsible, by being on time, submitting your assignments on time, um, respectful. That's good. You have to respect the teacher. You have to respect everybody else. See what else is up there. What other pillars? Caring. You gotta care for what you are doing. A lot of students say, "Oh, I don't care. I don't care." Well, then what do you care about? why do you care about your friends more than your education? Because your education is your future. Your friends are not going to be there forever. Your education will. Um, what else? You got to be trustworthiness. I got to make sure that if you're working on a test over there, that I can turn my back to you. I cannot say, oh, I have to keep an eye on him because he's going to cheat. You know, so all that. I mean, we do it every day with you guys. Probably are not aware of it, but we're trying to instill these character values into you guys.
Do you think my future job will benefit from your class?
Yeah, I mean, most definitely. Um, Now, are you planning on bartending like 15, 20 years from now? You think you'll be bartending?
Maybe.
Maybe?
Yeah.
No, what makes you want to be a bartender?
Makes you like I want to be it because you stay up all night. And,
Stay up all night? You stay up all night now?
yeah.
What time you work?
Like at
12. Mm. What do you do?
12. Watch Netflix.
Watch Netflix. What do you
Movies.
Movies? Okay. Well, you know what? See, look, a bartender. Okay, yes, you are up all night. I'll give you that. But keep in mind that a lot of the people that are bartenders, unless you're a bartender like in a top-notch place or whatever, but a lot of the bartenders, um, they use that as a part-time job. Okay, most of the bartenders that I know or that I knew did that on the side. I mean, because notice that to bartend, you get at an average bar, you're getting paid minimum wage because you get your money off the tips.
Yeah.
You know, so you know what you got to do to get good tips is you got to like suck up to people. You know, you gotta like if you see me that I'm constantly at your bar, you should already know what I drink, and without even ordering, you should be like that. That's what's gonna give you a good tip. Oh, you're treating me good. So
Is my future job related to math?
yeah, like I said, you're gonna be using math constantly. You're gonna be handling people's money. You're gonna be obviously mixing drinks, and you gotta know the correct percentage mixture. I mean, that's even chemistry as well. When you're mixing drinks,
Yeah.
you're mixing chemicals. So you gotta know the correct percentage. There was a did you take the benchmark?
Yeah.
Well, there was probably a mixture problem in that.
Yeah.
Right there you go. That's bartending right there. You're mixing whatever rum with Coke or whatever it is. So it's like you have to know all that stuff.
That's all the
Okay.
questions I have. Thank you.
All right.